Welcome back to the channel. We're out here working on Project Chili Pepper. For those of you guys that are new to our channel, Project Chili Pepper is a 1999 S10 that we have a 5.3 LS swap in. And we've recently done quite a few projects in the last few episodes. We've done an Explorer 8.8 solid axle, put a TH400 transmission in it, a new trans cooler, cross member, and a handful of other things. But today, we're gonna take a step on the inside of the truck and work on putting in a brand new dash. So what do we have? We've got a 7-inch Tinker dash that we're gonna hook up to our Holley via can. We picked up a 3-can splitter, as well as, if you caught a previous episode, we put our 3.5-inch dash in with a mount made from 3D car chains, 3D printed. So this time we picked up our 7-inch dash for this. So let's hop inside, take a look at what we need to do to put this in, as well as our dash. And we'll also check out what all comes with this dash and the features. Okay, so as I mentioned, we've got our 7-inch dash bezel specifically for the Tinker dash. Once we look at the dash, you'll see what these lights are about. Just slides in through the back. We'll have to unscrew it and we'll get the original dash out. But let's take a look at what's inside the box. So it comes here, packaged up for us. We open this up. One of the neat things about this is it does come equipped with a GPS antenna, so we'll be utilizing this for our vehicle speed. I don't think it'll be fast enough for us to like data log, but it'll be good enough for us to have mile per hour on our dash for when we're driving on the street. So very, very helpful, because right now with the Holley, we don't have anything for that at the moment. So that's crucial. Comes with the CAN connection. So this connects via the Holley CAN bus, and this connects into the back of the dash itself. Now this dash does have the ability to run a handful of outputs and inputs. So we did get some additional pins that we can use on this connector to connect. So if you wanted to, remotely set up a fan or anything else, turn signals, I think we're gonna try to put in our fuel sending unit to know how much gas we have, that as well. But let's check out the main piece here, bubble wrapped. Get that out. There you go. So that is the 7-inch Tinker dash. It's got LED lights on top that are fully customizable for RPM. I think we can load in turn signal data as well. This comes preloaded with 4 layouts, and then we can also do a custom layout. On the back side here, you can see where our GPS connects on this module, and then our input-output connection via CAN and everything else. So that is the Tinker dash. This is available in a 5-inch, the 7-inch you see here, as well as a 10-inch. We went with the 7 because it really fits the S10 Gen 2 dash the best and gives us a bit more sight. And then, as I mentioned in the opener, we do have a 3 CAN bus splitter. So this will allow us to run the Tinker dash, the 3.5-inch dash, which we're going to keep in the truck for just small vitals. And then also we have one for a USB connection, so we can do our data logging and change our tunes via the laptop. So we'll also be installing this as well. So let's go ahead and jump inside, get the factory dash taken apart, and start putting this one in. All right, so now we're back inside, and our first step is gonna be to get this complete dash off of here. Grab yourself a 7mm, maybe a 1/4 inch, get some of these screws off. We're gonna take the bottom piece off and then pull this one off. So you've got one here. Get this key out of the way. So actually, looks like we only had 3. So now that that's out of the way, we can grab these 2, which are a little bit tighter. Todd's over here like, why didn't you bring the electric ratchet? You have all these electric tools and you never use them. These do have a little bit smaller washer head on them. Grab that other one over here. Okay, so once you get a total of 6 screws out, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, we'll move back up here. We're going to pull out our previously installed 3.5-inch dash. For the moment, we're just going to let that hang down. Then grab this dude from the side, and the rest of it is just kind of pushed in and held in place like this. Get that out. Unfortunately, it looks like we've got a loose vent. And there should be a couple clips that we're going to have to undo. Go ahead which looks like that one's good. I think we're just held on over here at the moment. All right, we've got the dash off, sitting up on top of the actual dash. And just to show you guys over here on the right side, this controls like the headlights. You've got this one. This one comes off pretty easy with just my finger. This one I had to use a screwdriver to get it out because it's a little bit more stiff. But now you can see we've got access to the stock bezel. And in your case, if you're doing this from a stock truck, you've probably got all the factory gauges and such in here, but those have been since removed on this truck. So all we need to do is take out the 4 screws. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so there we go. The 4 bolts are out, and now we can just pull this dude out. If you do have the gauges, the cluster in there, you'll have to also unclip this, which looks like it's just a squeeze type. So you just squeeze that and pull it out. So let's go grab the 3D printed one. Actually, that Tinker dash is kind of captured in the back. So what we need to do is go take that apart and put the dash in there and get that set up. So let's go do that now. All right, so we're back at the back of the truck. We've got our stock bezel, and you can see how it kind of compares to the new one from, again, 3D Car Chains. So we're going to set that aside. We don't need it now. The back side here is where the Tinker dash sits, but we have to take out these 4 bolts real fast. So all right, look at that fitment. That looks nice and fresh. Probably see our mugs in the background. No, that looks great. All right, slight change of plans. And looking at the wiring a bit more, it kind of seems like the factory fuel level sending unit goes to the PCM and then possibly out of that to the gauge cluster. We obviously don't have the factory PCM in this, and I think most of the wiring has been removed. So future plan is to upgrade the fuel system in this truck, and at that point we'll just run a wire directly to the dash then. So in the interim, we're gonna go ahead and still connect our GPS so we at least have speed when we're driving this around, make sure we're not, you know, disobeying the law, going too fast, you never know. So we ran the GPS unit through the vent up there, nice new fresh unit. Those things crack like crazy, we got a new one. So we're gonna clean off the dash, do our double-sided 3M tape here to mount that. We've ran it through and we've got our connection back here at the back of the dash. Got plenty of wires, so we'll bundle that up and go ahead and get our dash unit in here. And like I said, for now, we're gonna skip the additional wires. We'll come back to that at a later date when we have the right stuff. We'll probably just direct connect it. So first step, let's get this cleaned off. Got a little bit of blue towel here. Wipe this dash, a little dusty. Make sure you get a good clean surface. So wipe that, flip it over, dry it off. And again, you want this to be in a nice spot where it's got plenty of visibility so that GPS signal isn't blocked by anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the back of our sensor first. Like that, good firm press. All right. And then we'll peel off the other piece here. Perfect. All right. And then I think we're just gonna, you wanna do it like that, Todd? Yep. Sideways? I don't think it matters which direction it is facing. Well, let's just do it this way. There we go. Good firm press on that for a couple seconds. And there we go. So nice clean install on that. Happy about that. Let me go grab our dash real fast and we'll connect the rest of this. Okay, so we'll just put this little pin connector here. And all this is doing for the moment is just supplying power and CAN connection. So pop that guy in there. And then we need to route this behind the dash. So I think this opening right here is gonna be a perfect spot. What do you think, Todd?
Perfect.
I'd like to connect it with our other one, so they're running kind of the same way. So let's pull this up through here. give yourself a little slack. At least get that started. Get the rest of our wires up, tucked out of the way here. That's a snug fit. All right, we've got the dash in place. So we've got our 4 little screws we took out earlier. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. We're just gonna go ahead and hand tighten these down, and then we'll hit them with the wrench thereafter. Get this in place. Boy, it looks clean. That looks real clean in there, doesn't it? I like it. It's gonna be so nice to be able to see what's going on. And with the CAN bus to the Holley, you know, what that does is that provides data back and forth from the dash. So anything that's being logged or being captured by the ECU, we'll be able to see on here. So at this point, we've got the display and the dash in there. We're gonna go ahead and put our big piece of plastic back on here and all these screws and feed our CAN bus down there. We'll connect our CAN wires and we'll come back to you guys when that's set. All right, moment of truth. Key in. Oh, there it is. You see that, Todd? Let me see if I get in there. All right. And we've got our little dash to compare to. Let me see if I can get that glare off there for you guys. So this is one of the screens. Looks like the main one. Looks like we need to adjust our oil pressure sensor, but 56 degrees on engine coolant temp. That sounds about right. Air temps in here. There's no timing. We've got our fuel pressure. The pump is running. Speed 404. That must be just not found. 404 not found. No AFR. So yeah, it worked. We're gonna let's go ahead and get the dash back together. Now that we know this works, we'll key this off, and then from there we can go through and show you guys all the different settings and all the different little features that this has. And then to close out the video, probably take it for a drive. Make sure our GPS is working, RPM, and all our other stuff. So let's get this all back in. Should just take us a quick second, and we'll be good on that. All right, let's get these 2 connectors back in. 1 and 2. Don't forget our, unfortunately this is broken, so it just kind of sits in here. 3.5-inch dash. Get our connector. There we go. Pops down into place. Boom. Okay. Don't forget we've got our 2 screws here on the bottom. And all of these screws, you can just do them hand tight. They don't need to be just holding the plastics in place. All right, that holds the top. And then we will get the bottom back in here. Mindful of our wires. There's a couple little guide pins, these little plastic guide pins that help put everything in place, which is nice. And I think unfortunately, we only had 3 screws on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I think this one was on the bottom. Somewhere down here. Where is it? We'll start at the top. One over here. we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see the, I know there's a third, oh, there it is. There we go. Perfect. Okay, get our steering wheel back on. Now I'm short, so for me, the steering wheel sits right in the middle of the dash. I'll have to like sit up like this when we're driving, but I'm sure for Todd, who is, I don't know what, a foot taller than me, probably. You'd probably be able to see right over it and be perfect for you. Maybe maybe sometime down the road we put a tilt column in this, or you know, some kind of race column, and it's a bit set. This was a base model truck, which is great for drag racing because it comes with a lot of non-necessities, extra weight.
Roll-up windows.
Roll-up window, for example, which we love. I don't know if these came with sunroofs, but this one definitely doesn't have one. No power seats, no power anything really, which is fine, perfectly good. So I think we've got one more screw to put back in over there on the panel that we had to remove to get to the dash, but we'll do that, and then let's check out some of the features of the dash that we have here, and then we'll go take this guy for a little rip. Okay, fire up, Todd. Hopefully it starts. We haven't started in a while. There you go. All right, so there's no exhaust on the truck right now, so it's pretty loud. So hopefully you guys can hear me in the background. I'm still new to these mics, so I don't remember how to turn off the background noise, but we're gonna let it warm up and we're gonna go drive it around the block, see if the sensors and everything are working, etc. And then the next stop will be to get an exhaust put on it. You guys can see we got both dashes working. Monitor, multi-gauge, dash 1. Let's see here. Oil pressure, 47, yeah. So it looks like it's all reading right, which is awesome. Do we have speed? Oh yeah, speed 0. Get you guys a little closer. Yeah, you got speed, RPM. We don't have the wideband in. Yeah, both are working. I'm gonna jump in the passenger seat and Todd's gonna get in. Let's go take it for a drive. This will be the first drive since we've done all these modifications on it, including the rear end, the transmission, and everything. She's loud. She's a loud truck. Yeah, both dashes working good. Oh, speed's working. I don't know if you guys can see that, but speedometer's working good. I'd say turn down the church and turn around. Todd's loving it. He's driving the truck. Sounds like a race truck. It's so loud. Whoa, whoa. I think those new gears are nice. Todd's already hitting the throttle on this thing. We got no AFR, so I guess our tune is decent. Oh, watch that puddle. Just a short drive until we can get exhaust put on it. I'd say flipper you right, or I guess you go out to the street and turn around. Yeah.
Right on it.
waking up the whole neighborhood on this one. I guess it's really not that late. It's just dark. It's so loud with no exhaust right now. As you guys can imagine, you can probably hear it. Hopefully I can edit it out a little bit. But the dash is working perfect. I'm seeing everything's looking great. Good oil pressure. Tach's working. I like that display. You like it?
Yeah.
What can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably good for you. It's perfect.
Can't see the speed very well, but who needs speed?
Yeah, well, we're gonna adjust it to our liking, but we're just using one of those for now. I think the speed could be a little bigger, but otherwise it's working pretty good. All right, pulling back up.
You want to back it in?
Nah, just drive it in, it's fine. That'll work.
There we are.
There it is.
One test drive complete.
Perfect.
I am.
You getting real excited?
I am.
Todd's excited. Todd's excited.
I'm excited because we bought this dash like 2 months ago.
I know.
And we just now got to put the dash in.
Right,
That's
100%.
just the way it works sometimes.
No, 100%. Hey, if you guys didn't watch the PRI video, we did reveal that this truck is Todd's now.
Yeah.
Up until this point, you guys have been watching all these builds, and we haven't really stated the fact that Todd bought the truck from me. So
I bought the truck, then the transmission got destroyed in it like the next weekend. So
Yeah,
that's the way it works sometimes.
I sold a truck to Todd. He let me race it, and I broke it. So that's where all these build videos have been working from, is the moment that we broke it, and me, et cetera, et cetera. But it is Todd's truck. He's been, buying all these parts. We've been able to put them on here and document them for you guys so you can check it out. I really hope you've enjoyed watching these, because it's been a lot of fun putting this stuff together. We've got many, many more things to go to get this thing ready for 6 summer, drag and drive, 5 days of racing, 600-700 miles on the street. We're gonna take the truck and the 240. It's gonna be a blast, but we still got 5 or 6 months to get ready for that. We gotta finish getting this truck up and ready before my car comes back to get it done. And then we're gonna go do a lot of testing, because that's what we do. We test and make sure this stuff is ready. But man, that was fun putting this dash in here and taking it for a little rip. Super loud. I don't know what all you guys were able to hear. I'll have to edit
Probably
that.
not a lot, because open headers is pretty loud.
But we don't have an exhaust on it. We don't have an O2 sensor, so the tune was pretty good. I gotta admit that. I liked that. If you guys recall, we went 12.4 at the track. We're gonna finish modifying this thing and get it back to the track. Let's see if we can go 11s. Comment below if you think we can do an 11 in this thing. There'll be a few more modifications before we do that, so I'd bet on it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate the follow. Comment below, like, subscribe to the channel if you already aren't, and Team Hybrid Racing.
Next time you see us, we should be getting this thing back from Jake at Fish Fab. He's
Yeah.
gonna get us taken care of.
Nice, good exhaust. So thanks for watching. Team Hybrid Racing over and out. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.